1972 gave us Merle Haggard's Lonesome Grandma Hart.
Grandma's maiden name was on the lines.
Donna Fargo's uplifting The Happiest Girl in the Whole U.S.A. And Freddie Hart's romantic My Hang-Up Is You.
My hang-up is you.
But that was only the beginning. From soulful ballads to barn dance stompers, these are 12 country songs from 1972 we'll never forget.
You've got to kiss an angel good morning.
Number 12, I'll Still Be Loving You by Joe Stampley.
I'll still be loving you.
Kicking off our list is Joe Stampley's heartfelt ballad, I'll Still Be Loving You. Released in 1972 under ABC Records, the track climbed its way into the top 40 of the Billboard Country Chart, marking one of Stampley's early steps toward stardom. What made this song stand out was its blend of traditional honky-tonk with the smoother Nashville sound that was taking hold in the early 70s.
Still be loving, I'll still be loving.
Stampley had been fronting a rock band before going solo in country, and you can hear that crossover influence in the way the song leans into melody while keeping its rural soul.
I'll still be loving, I'll still be loving.
Fans remember spinning this one late at night, maybe with the radio glowing on a kitchen counter, as Stampley's voice promised a love that outlasted time. It didn't win awards, but it won hearts, and set Stampley on the road to bigger chart success later in the decade. From tender devotion, we shift to a teenage firebrand who shocked Nashville. Number 11, Delta Dawn by Tanya Tucker.
Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have?
Before she was a legend, Tanya Tucker was just 13 years old when she released Delta Dawn. The song had already been recorded by Bette Midler, but when Tanya's version dropped in 1972 on Columbia Records, it stormed the country charts, reaching number 6.
She's 41 and her daddy still calls her baby.
What made it remarkable wasn't just the chart position. It was the audacity of such a young singer taking on a haunting ballad about lost love and faded beauty.
Then a man of low degree stood by her side.
Nashville skeptics weren't sure the public would buy it, but the gamble paid off, launching Tucker into instant stardom. Picture a jukebox in a smoky bar, patrons pausing mid-sip as that mature, soulful voice came through, only to discover later that it belonged to a teenager.
You to his mansion in the sky.
It was shocking, mesmerizing, and unforgettable. Delta Dawn became the cornerstone of Tanya's career, proving that 1972 wasn't afraid of bold new voices. And speaking of bold, number 10, it's 4 in the Morning by Faron Young.
It's 4 in the morning and once more.
In 1972, Faron Young was already a seasoned star, but It's 4 in the Morning gave him one of his biggest hits in years.
I never deserved her, God knows.
Written by Jerry Chestnut and released on Mercury Records, the song climbed to number 1 on the country charts and even crossed into the UK top 5, a rare feat for country at the time.
And if I love her so much, I don't know why.
The song captures that aching moment of regret when the night drags on and a man's thoughts turn to what he's lost. Young's smooth baritone delivered it with just the right mix of sorrow and tenderness.
We broke up, but this morning I woke up and for the...
Listeners remember driving down lonely highways, headlights cutting through fog, with this tune keeping them company. It was country music at its most cinematic. The single breathed new life into Faron Young's career, giving him international recognition and proving that the Nashville sound could travel across oceans.
But it's 4 in the morning, once more the...
From quiet heartbreak, let's move to a fiery anthem that turned heads in every bar room. Number 9, The Midnight Oil by Barbara Mandrell.
And I guess I'll have to burn midnight oil.
Barbara Mandrell had been working her way up the charts, and in 1972 she struck a nerve with The Midnight Oil. Released on Columbia Records, the song hit number 7 and marked Mandrell's first major breakthrough.
Us all got together and they called to see if I could have.
The theme was controversial for its time, a woman singing about cheating from her own perspective. Nashville wasn't used to hearing female voices take that angle, but Mandrell's confident delivery made it undeniable.
I wouldn't know the one that really loves me.
Fans recall hearing this tune spill out of jukeboxes in roadside diners, its steel guitar cutting through the chatter, while couples exchanged knowing glances. It was edgy. It was real.
Hun, you know how much the boss depends on me to lend a happy.
And it pushed the boundaries of what women could sing about in country music. The song paved the way for Barbara Mandrell's rise through the 70s and 80s, eventually leading her to superstar status with her own TV show.
And I feel kinda dirty, 'cause I'll have the midnight oil.
Now, let's turn the dial back to a country rock pioneer making his own statement. Number 8, She's Too Good to Be True by Charley Pride.
Sometimes late at night, I wake up dreaming.
By 1972, Charley Pride was already a household name, and She's Too Good to Be True only solidified his reign.
'Cause she's just too good to be true. But she
Released on RCA Victor, the song soared to number 1 on the Billboard Country Chart, continuing Pride's remarkable streak of chart toppers. The track was a smooth, heartfelt love song that showed off Pride's velvet baritone.
everything I ever looked for.
What made it special was the way it connected to everyday listeners. Men and women alike knew what it felt like to be in awe of someone's love. Picture it playing on a summer evening porch, cicadas buzzing, couples swaying slow under the stars.
Oh, that evening sun will bring me home again.
Pride's voice carried both elegance and simplicity, the perfect balance for country radio.
She's just too good to be true.
The song kept his momentum rolling, proving he wasn't just a star. He was a consistent hit maker. But the next entry proves consistency wasn't enough. Sometimes reinvention was the key. Number 7, Would You Take Another Chance on Me by Jerry Lee Lewis.
Baby, I think he copied that after breakfast, really. Nah, I'm just joking.
The killer himself, Jerry Lee Lewis, reinvented his career in country music, and 1972's Would You Take Another Chance on Me was proof of his staying power.
Would you take just one more chance on me?
Released on Mercury Records, it climbed to number 1 on the country charts, giving Lewis yet another career resurgence.
Jenny Low Pastor, keep blinding you.
Known for his wild rock and roll beginnings, Jerry Lee surprised many with his ability to deliver tender country ballads. This song, drenched in emotion, showed a softer side that fans didn't expect.
My old past is history.
Listeners recall hearing it in the hushed hours of late-night radio, Jerry Lee's plea echoing like a confession. It was a far cry from the pounding piano of Great Balls of Fire, but it worked, and worked beautifully. The track cemented his second act as a country star, proving that legends could evolve with the times. From a rock rebel turned crooner, we move to a family legacy. Number 6, 11 Roses by Hank Williams Jr.
Here's an old buddy, Hank Williams Jr.
Before Hank Jr. became the rowdy outlaw we all know, he was still under the heavy shadow of his father's name. In 1972, he scored one of his biggest early hits with 11 Roses.
Just something about
Released on MGM Records, the ballad went straight to number 1. The song tells a story of devotion with the clever twist of the missing 12th rose representing the listener. It struck a chord with fans who appreciated the clever lyricism wrapped in a tender delivery. Listeners in 1972 might recall hearing it on car radios during long drives home. the simplicity of the tune making it easy to hum along. It was a softer Hank Jr., long before he broke out into his hard-living outlaw image. This track proved Hank Jr. had staying power, not just as Hank's son, but as an artist in his own right. If these classics are bringing back memories, hit that like button and subscribe. We post new country countdowns every week, keeping the golden years of music alive for fans like you. Number 5, My Hang Up Is You by Freddie Hart.
Baby, my hang-up is you.
1972 was a landmark year for Freddie Hart, and My Hang Up Is You was the crown jewel. Released on Capitol Records, this song spent 6 straight weeks at number 1.
Everybody's got one, baby.
1, dominating the Billboard country chart. It was the kind of tune that married simplicity with sincerity. A catchy melody paired with heartfelt lyrics about unwavering love. Hart had been grinding away in the industry for years before his breakthrough, and this single solidified his long overdue rise to the top. Fans remember it blasting from jukeboxes and honky-tonks, couples two-stepping across sawdust floors, grinning ear to ear.
My hang-up is you.
It wasn't just a love song. It was a celebration of devotion in its purest form. The single helped earn Hart the CMA's Male Vocalist of the Year award and made him one of the most recognizable voices of the early 70s. From pure devotion, we turn to a dose of humor and everyday reality. Number 4, One's on the Way by Loretta Lynn. Loretta Lynn had always sung for real women, and in 1972 she gave them One's on the Way.
One of them is toddling and one is a-crawling and one's on the way.
Released on Decca Records, the song shot to number 1 and showcased Loretta's fearless storytelling. Written by Shel Silverstein, it's a humorous but poignant take on the life of a housewife juggling endless responsibilities, while glamorous headlines play out elsewhere.
And the White House social season should be glitter.
At a time when women's liberation was a growing movement, Loretta's song felt both timely and timeless. Listeners remember chuckling along as it played on the radio, knowing it rang true in kitchens across America.
Hanging a few old army buddies home, you're calling from a bar, get away from that.
Loretta's down-home wit made the track both funny and biting. The song reinforced her image as country music's truth-teller, unafraid to speak directly to and for her audience. And Loretta wasn't done in 1972. Just wait until you hear her other bold hit from the same year. Number 3, Rated X by Loretta Lynn.
You wanna bet? I bet she does.
Miss Loretta Lynn.
If One's on the Way pushed boundaries, Rated X shattered them. Released later in 1972, this Decca single hit number 1 and stirred controversy for tackling divorce, a taboo subject in country music at the time.
The judge have a picture if a cheap camera makes a mistake.
Loretta's lyrics painted a raw picture of the judgment women faced after a failed marriage. Nashville radio stations hesitated, but the public embraced it, making it another chart-topping success.
You should have known he would, and he would have been good, and he will if you're rated X.
Listeners recall hearing it play in quiet living rooms, the words hitting home for women who felt seen and for men who perhaps recognized the unfair double standards. It was more than a song. It was social commentary. With Rated X, Loretta Lynn cemented her reputation as a fearless voice for women in country, paving the way for generations of female artists.
If you go too far, you're gonna wear the scar of a woman rated X.
From controversy, let's step into sunshine with a debut single that radiated optimism. Number 2, The Happiest Girl in the Whole U.S.A. by Donna Fargo.
Happiest girl in the whole USA.
In 1972, country fans were introduced to a bright new voice, Donna Fargo.
One more
Her debut single, The Happiest Girl in the Whole U.S.A., released on Dot Records, soared to #1. Won on the country charts and even crossed into the pop top 20. The song was pure joy, upbeat, cheerful, and infectious. Fargo's delivery radiated sincerity, making listeners believe every word. It wasn't long before the track became a wedding and anniversary staple, a soundtrack to celebrations of love. Fans remember hearing it on sunny afternoons, radios blaring from front porches, kids playing in the yard while moms hummed along. It captured the optimism of the early 70s, when country music could make you smile as easily as it could make you cry. This debut not only won Fargo awards, including the Grammy for Best Country Vocal Performance, but also launched her as one of the defining voices of the decade. And now, we arrive at the top. A song that didn't just dominate 1972, but became a timeless country classic. #1, Kiss an Angel Good Morning by Charley Pride.
Gentlemen, your host for the first hour of Country Night of Stars, the incomparable Charley Pride.
Our top spot belongs to none other than Charley Pride, with his signature hit, Kiss an Angel Good Morning.
You've got to kiss an angel good morning.
Released in late 1971, it dominated the 1972 charts, spending 5 weeks at #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Singles and crossing over to #21 on the pop chart.
The secret I'm a speaking of is a woman and a man.
The song's secret was its universal theme, a simple message of cherishing love every day. Pride's smooth, effortless delivery turned it into more than just a country hit. It became an anthem.
People may try to guess.
Listeners from 1972 recall waking up to this song on morning radio shows, heading out to work with a smile, humming along in the truck or tractor. It was warm, comforting, and unforgettable.
Kiss an angel good morning, and love her like the devil when you get.
The track earned Charley Pride a Grammy and remains one of his most enduring songs, often cited as his signature piece. It's not just a highlight of 1972. It's a cornerstone of country music history. If you've enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more country classics every week. And there you have it, 12 unforgettable country songs from 1972. It was a year when old legends like Faron found new life, bold voices like Loretta Lynn spoke their truth louder than ever, and fresh talents like Tanya Tucker and Donna Fargo burst onto the scene. These songs captured the laughter, the heartache, and the everyday beauty of life in America. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the soundtrack of '72. We couldn't do this without country fans like you keeping these memories alive. And don't miss our next video, 1973. Country songs we'll never forget, where the sounds get even bolder and a new generation of outlaws begins to stir. Until then, keep the music close and let every note remind you of where you've been and where you're going.